Hello. It's January 21st, 2024. It's so crazy how time flies, you know. I've said this before, but like your parents will tell you, like, oh, this year went by so fast. When you're younger, you don't really get it. But once you get older, it's so true. And it's just a reminder to cherish the moment, you know. And that's sort of where I'd like to begin today, actually, ironically. You know, there's cliches, and cliches stick around because they're good. And I was kind of thinking about it. It's like when you really dig deep and like sift through your memories and your actions and things that you've done, life is predictable. Like the consequences and the effects are really built by you. You know, it's like we wear the chains that we forge. And hindsight is 20/20. And you know, there's all these cliches about like, you know, reflecting on the past and it making complete sense. But it's also, you know, thinking about how your decisions affect the present. So I don't know. I just feel as if, in regards to this sort of thing, it's almost like deeper than the cliches. You know, you think back to just specific memories and like life is predictable in ways that you couldn't predict. Like, I don't know, dreams especially. I don't know, I'm getting kind of heady here, so I apologize. Today's gonna be kind of platitudinal, if you get what I'm saying. I'm running a bit late to work right now. I just worked out, and I'm like 10 minutes away, and it's 10 minutes to the start of my shift. But I'm opening, so should be all right. Sorry, I knew it was gonna happen. I don't mess around with running through red lights. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, why are the Beatles so good? And, you know, I've tried to endeavor into answering these questions. And while something like this is very, very subjective, music is, and your opinion on what's good or not is, you know, there's whole Instagram pages about making fun of people's music tastes and all that. But number one, the Beatles were obviously blessed with talent. Songwriting ability from John, Paul, and George, you know, masterful. Sure, they had some where it's like, this is all right, but not everyone's perfect. But the key thing with the Beatles, and this is really just like a lesson, and I think why they stuck with me so much and why they made an impact on me, is that the key shift in their music came in the middle 60s. There's splashes of it in their album Help, but it really started to take over in Rubber Soul. And it's just, they really started to give in to authenticity, you know. They only wanted to make music for them at that point, you know. There was a societal force telling them to make things a certain way, and it rubbed them the wrong way. And I don't know, there's a life lesson to that. And their music got better as they got older, you know, and they really leaned into authenticity. You know, not necessarily caring what the audience would say about the music. Taking risks and all that good stuff. So yeah, I like to think about that quite a bit, and I do think that's a part of the reason why they're so good. You know, tons of bands have made good music, but some of it's derivative. And yes, the Beatles did have talent going for them, but I think the authenticity was a huge factor. Huge factor. And then this other idea here, today's kind of just like 3 little mini video essays, I guess. This other thing I was thinking about was, happiness comes when there's no concern over consistency or contradictions. You know, Crystal Castles, the music group, has kind of been popping off lately. Like, there's a video of Young, Lean, and Blade playing live music in a club. They weren't really DJing, but they were playing live music in a club. And they're playing Crystal Castles. And the song is called Vanish, and that's what's been blowing up lately. And Crystal Castles has some baggage. Like, there's some ethical concerns to one of the members, I believe. And this is where, like, separating the art from the artist comes into play. I don't know. I'm not very deep into this, like, discourse. So if I'm out of pocket, let me know. You know what I mean? But, you know, you listen to the song, and it's really good. It is a fantastic song. There's no questions about it. And I don't know, like, to me, the song makes me pretty happy and just, like, lively. And it's like, when I'm not caring about the geopolitical circumstances of the world, my own, you know, worries, the future, and money, and, you know, personal dynamics and all that jazz, that's when I'm at my happiest, you know. And then when it comes to, like, the act of creation, which I'm very concerned with, like, that's one of my big things, especially as we move forward with algorithms and, you know, some censorship. This is very nuanced, but, like, whether it's governmental or societal censorship, there's sort of an underlying, like, urge to make sure that you're consistent and, you know, you don't contradict yourself and all that. But when you're creating, like, I just don't know how much you really need to worry about that. And it obviously depends on what you're working on. If you're working on a scientific research paper, then sure, you can be consistent and don't contradict yourself. But I think you get where I'm going. Yeah. So that was like 3 little mini essays in a way. Mostly improvisational, but I guess this journal will be rather short. It looks like I'll be just about on time for work. But like I said, I'm opening. Oh, a squirrel! Fuck! Oh, I don't think I hit him. But he was. Aw, I don't think I hit him. He just ran out in the road. And he wasn't as fast as he thought he was. But I don't think I hit him. I think I slowed down just enough. I didn't feel it under my tires, thankfully. Boy. I wish I had something profound to say, or poetic, but I do not. You'll just watch that happen live, though. Yeah, I'm working all day, so not a whole lot goes down. So far, my predictions were right. The Ravens won and the Packers won. The 49ers won. Sorry, I predicted the 49ers. And I said it would be a close game, and guess what? It was. The 49ers won by 3. The Ravens really took care of business. I don't know if anyone's going to beat them. I really don't. You know, I'd love to think that the Lions could, since I'm a fan, but the Ravens also destroyed the Lions earlier this season. The Lions have tough times with mobile quarterback, but that would be looking ahead. We got to beat the Buccaneers, and then it would be the 49ers, and then it would be the Ravens. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I can keep rambling, so I shall let you go. I hope you've had a good day, and yeah, peace and love.